Hello and welcome to Relyence Training on getting started with Relyence FRACAS. In this tutorial, we'll cover how to customize interfaces, specifically forms, as well as reports in Relyence FRACAS. If you have not viewed our other tutorial on customizing your interface tables and reports, please view that video prior to this one, as this video will skip some explanations. Here we will show you how to customize the problem forms in Relyence FRACAS. Note that the process for customizing incident forms in Relyence FRACAS is identical. Customizing problem and incident forms is incredibly powerful in Relyence. It allows you to take an existing template we have in Relyence and customize it to fit your needs, or customize Relyence FRACAS to suit your own company's unique process completely from scratch. To start here, we have Relyence open and we're viewing the problem table. Here in the drone example. The easiest way to customize our process is to build out our desired data forms, which may include some custom fields, and then we can add any of those fields to the problem table as well. So we'll switch to the problem form using the To Form button. Here the problem form is customized to support the standard 8D process. On the left we see each step of the 8D process, and on the right there are the data fields associated with that step. For example, for step 6, where you implement corrective action, there are a series of applicable data fields. In order to customize our problem interface here in Relyence, we click the Customize button in the toolbar. And from this screen, we have the option to customize any of the problem steps and all data fields. Now the toolbar has two sections, one with a series of buttons for forms, and one with a series of buttons for fields. For the forms, such as those we see on the left, we have options to insert or delete, rename an existing form, or change their order with the Move Up, Move Down buttons. For fields, we have the option to delete or edit fields, as well as change their order with Move Up and Move Down. And for the fields that are selected here in the table, once we select those fields, we can view the control type. We can specify if a field should be read-only, which makes that field not editable. We can specify if a field should be required for data entry. We can specify the number of rows, which sets the row height of any text field. We can set the column to either left or right to allow us to format the data fields into two columns on our form. One set of fields on the left, one set of fields on the right. And the option to add a tooltip for any field, which will allow us to enter text that will appear when we hover over the field name on the form. This can be extremely useful for providing explanations of fields on the screen. In this tutorial, we'll work through the steps to add a new form at the end for management review. So we'll start by using the Insert button here in the Forms section of the toolbar. The Create Form dialog appears, and we're prompted for the name of our new form. Once we've defined the name, we click Create. So Relyence has created the new Management Review form. And now we can add the fields to that form. To add new fields, we select the drop-down in the first column. And here we can select any existing field in Relyence FRACAS, or we can always choose to add a new custom field. In this tutorial, we'll go ahead and add some new fields. The first field I'll add is Review Date, which will be a date field. So I click Add New Field. The Edit Field dialog appears. I'll define the name. And I'll specify the control type. And click OK to add this new field. So I see the field name, data is the control type, and as needed I can specify read-only, required. In this case, number of rows is not applicable. I'll leave it on the left side of the form and no tooltip for this example. Next, I'll add review description as a text field. The default control type of text is correct. We saw previously I could add a date field. You can also add attachments fields, which would be a field that will allow us to upload files to Relyence. Simple checkbox fields are allowed as well. List fields allow us to create customized drop-down lists. You can have fields that are numeric. A team member field will allow you to select from different Relyence users, or a simple text field, as for this example. I'll leave most of the other details set to the defaults for review description, other than to give it a row height of 10 to allow us for more space to type. And lastly, we'll add the review outcome field as a list field. So for control type here, we'll set list. And now Relyence allows me to set up the customized drop-down list. To add a new list, I click the plus symbol for the list field. The name of the list will be review outcome. I've pressed tab to complete the entry of that list. And now to add options to the list, I double-click in the empty cell here in the Choices section. We'll go ahead and add 3 choices. For each list choice, I double-click to start typing, enter the necessary text of the list choice, and press tab to complete that data entry. Now that we have our new field defined, along with a custom choice list, we can click OK. And let's put the review outcome field on the right side of the form. And provide a simple tooltip. And when we've completed customizing our new form, we can click Save and Close to see that new form as part of the problem process. So for the existing problem, we now have the additional management review form, where we can enter the review date, the review description, and the review outcome with the tooltip and custom list. Now that we've created these custom problem fields and shown them on one of the problem forms, these new fields will also be available for display and entry on the problem table. You can customize the problem table by following the steps in the previously referenced Customizing Your Interface Tables and Reports tutorial. Also note that since we've customized the form, the corresponding report for the problem forms will likewise have been customized. Customizing Relyence FRACAS problem and incident forms truly allows you to make Relyence your own, by having Relyence adapt to your existing process, not the other way around. This concludes this tutorial on customizing the interface forms and reports in Relyence FRACAS. Don't forget, if you're interested in learning about customizing the interface tables and reports, please check out the additional tutorial referenced earlier. Thanks for watching. Please visit our website or contact us with any questions and to obtain pricing and purchasing information.